religious issue. It's not just a moral issue. There are scientific reasons why Ghanaians are saying we can't go down this road. And let all of us understand that these are very important issues. I have a degree in biochemistry and food science. I started as a research assistant and senior research assistant before I moved into industry, rose to become a factory manager, then moved into development and governance. So I do a lot more development and governance work now. But my foundation is all science. I believe all of us who are here this morning, on your way here, you sat in a car. And that car, or several cars for that matter, you arrived there safely because somebody looking at the mechanical and electrical engineering of that car has been able to establish the speed, the braking distance, the safety, the air conditioning, and what have you. The thing about science is that science provides a reliable basis for us to draw conclusions. And this morning I just want to, as you see on the slides there, speak to why we must pay attention to the scientific reasons. Scientific reasons undergirding why this bill ought to be passed. So I'll be doing it in 7 sections. First, I'll give you a little bit of background. I want us to go a bit into the past to see where we are today. Then we'll look at the importance of science. We'll look at genetics and the gauging. We'll look at the import of the fact that there is no gauging. We'll look at the evidence that sex is binary. We'll look at the medical and psychological impact of their activities, and I shall draw some conclusions and recommendations. We had ambassadors and other high-profile people participating in that event. When that news got into media, Ghanaians of all walks of life began to say, "Nah, this cannot happen." We expressed our great displeasure. Prior to this, and I want us to take a step back, in October 2019, we woke up one day and we were told that there's a new thing called comprehensive sexuality education. And in the images we're seeing, the content in some of the manuals was that our 4-year-olds will be taught how to wear condoms, demonstration of condom wearing. And by 10, 12, they are supposed to be able to take a decision on whether they are male or female or any of the 64 new genders. And we're wondering what's happening. All of a sudden, things have changed. We used to have an adolescent sexual reproductive health manual. The manual was being put aside, and now we're saying that children must be encouraged to explore their sexuality. That's what we're being told. Children must be encouraged to explore their sexuality. That was a shock. As if that was not enough. And you can see a copy of this group again was an LGBTQIA+ group saying that they are coming to have an international conference in Ghana to reclaim their rights. Things were changing. Things were changing. We're wondering what is going on. And then this year, January, Alex Kofi-Donko and his compatriots, what they did was to wake us up. We had been sleeping. We suddenly woke up and said, this thing is become, because all of a sudden they're opening an office and saying, we are open, come. We are promoting our activities, join us. They have a resource center. It should get serious reactions. And we all understood that now we need short-term, medium-term, and long-term actions to stop this thing once and for all. Because otherwise, our children will be impacted negatively. And I'll be demonstrating why we are clear in our minds that this will impact our children negatively. And so we have civil society organizations, religious groups, parliament, and more. The overwhelming majority of Ghanaians condemned what was going on and said, let's do something different. We called on government to take actions, first to close the office and to strengthen the existing laws so that we can ensure that we are protected from any further promotion of such activities. So the call to protect the socio-cultural, religious and moral fiber of the nation led to 8 parliamentarians, and I've listed their names there. Emmanuel Bedra, Honorable John Fordjo, Honorable Rita Sowa, Honorable Helen Ntoso, Honorable Roxy Dafamako, and Honorable Alas Sansuini decided to champion this cause, working together with civil society, and especially the Coalition for the Promotion of Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values. Last month, in relation to that, trying to put across to you the scientific facts in one of our memos. We have done 4 memos to Parliament. The first we sent was a legal and cultural memo. The second is this one, medical, genetic, and psychological memo. The third was an online petition supporting the bill, where we had 10,169 online signatures. So we printed all those signatures and added to it. And the fourth one was a media commentary memo, where we looked at all the commentary in media. I think we got up to about 50 or 60 comments categorized, and we addressed them, provided responses for the various different understandings people have, and try to make sure that people have a better understanding. So let's get into today's shall be a democratic state dedicated to the realization of freedom and justice, and accordingly sovereignty resides in the people of Ghana, from whom government derives all its powers and authority through the constitution. What it means is that anything that government is doing, it gets its authority from the people. In other words, if government wants to do things right, it needs to come back to the people to find out what are the priorities of the people, what are the aspirations in respect of any issue that government is taking on board. So first thing I'd like us to understand that Article 35.1 places that indeed Article 1.1 is the first place where we see that the Constitution says that the authority, the citizens of Ghana repose authority in the government for a period. We repose authority in the state for a period. So we are the ones, we are the principals, and government is our agent. I also want to refer to Article 35.60. It says that the state shall make democracy a reality. And for democracy to be made a reality, it needs to decentralize the financial and administrative machinery of government to the regions and districts. And not just that, it also says, also by affording all possible opportunities for people to participate in decision making at all levels of government. It is not because Parliament is doing us a favor or government is doing us a favor. They are required by the Constitution to ensure that citizens give their view on these issues. And so they are following these constitutional mandates. They have an obligation, and we also have an obligation to give our ideas. Now, go bottom up, where it is what the people want. It is not owned by the people, will not be executed effectively because the people don't believe in it. A good example is the toll levy law. Parliament passed a toll levy law. It has never been implemented. Why? The good people of this country said, no, we don't align with that law. Is that correct? Good law or policy emanates from what the majority of the citizens want. That's law. And so, human rights, the real question we must answer is, what is the ideal aspiration and wish of the people of Ghana concerning this matter? Are you with me? That is the real question. What is the ideal aspiration and wish of the people of Ghana considering the issue of LGBTQI so-called rights? Because our argument is that these are not rights, these are personal choices. So I need you to understand that these are specific issues. Good law and policy emanates from what the people, the majority of people in the country. So laws are context specific, jurisdiction specific. In Ghana, we allow polygamy. Is that correct? And penetrations are not allowed when you are born. A child to become of age to tell you that then we have gender dysphoria. Those people who cannot make up. The laws will arrest you and take you to something crazy. Most of them experience. You see, where there is no evidence of any gay gene. And to that extent, if there is no evidence of a gay gene, there is no unique case to argue for anything such as a gay basic right or a gay fundamental right. The over 64 terms and counting that describe various sexual lifestyles or orientations are unscientific ideologies or concepts that people have come up with no basis in research. There's no scientific research backing them. There are so many documented medical complications that arise out of the whole issue of LGBTQQAAP. There are so many medical complications that arise out of these lifestyles that the community wants to practice and promote, that it will not be logical for us to want to promote that or embrace that in Ghana. Indeed, it is our responsibility, obligation, as citizens of this nation, to think through how can we help them to come out of that so that they don't lose 20 to 25 years of their life, so that they don't tend to suicide, so that they don't have to go around with pampers, so that the medical system, at the moment when the coalition needs to support anyone, we spend a minimum of 600 cedis per person. Reverend Dr. Lasapia is there, people are around. Minimum of 600 Ghana cedis per person. And we've been raising funds to try and make sure, because people are coming over. People are accepting that, look, I have a challenge. And they are allowing themselves to be treated. But you have to hold their hands, and it takes resources. It's not easy to find these resources. Our task as citizens should be, how do we help them to come out? Not to say, let's allow them to continue. Because we'll open the floodgates that we cannot manage. All our learned friends, astute, renowned intellectuals, please, ask them for the benefits. Ask them what benefit it is bringing us. Not a few people for 10 minutes. Ask them for the benefit. This is not the kind of legacy that we want our seniors who have been writing memos to support it, to be wanting to promote. This is not the kind of thing we should trivialize. And the paper we have here, all the research articles are there. You can go online or go yourself. The majority of scientists are agreed. If you're not a scientist, please don't attempt to make categorical statements. So in conclusion, Advocates for Christ Ghana, based on all the evidence, the scientific evidence, genetic, medical, and psychological, we strongly recommend the passage of the Promotion of Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill to protect our youth and to prevent the potential of huge economic and healthcare costs to our beloved country, Ghana. Thank you for your attention.